Nengi entity interpolation. We'll be exploring this topic through this demo right here, the Nengi Beta 3 shooter with lag compensation. To show what entity interpolation does and what it looks like, it helps to first see what a game looks like without it. I'm going to take this demo game here, I'm going to turn down the tick rate of the server to something very granular, and I'm going to turn off interpolation. Here I am setting the tick rate to 5 ticks per second, which is slow enough or long enough between ticks that it will be visually discernible. And I'm taking the only entity that exists in this game, the player character, and turning off the interpolation of its position and rotation. Hopefully the server restarted in the background. I'm going to reconnect my clients. Now, this is an advanced demo that's got prediction and all kinds of other code running on it. So we won't be able to see ourselves lag here in the left. This moves smoothly because it's using predictive code, which is the topic of another video. But if you look over here on the right screen, you can see the red entity moving around without interpolation at 5 ticks per second. It jumps around quite a bit. It's very stuttery. This is what the raw data looks like from the server. Let's turn that up to something less dramatic, more in line with how many games are made, which is around 20 ticks per second. So reconnecting both these. Once again, if we look at the right screen and we see the red little bird guy moving around, this is 20 ticks per second. It's very stuttery, but I mean, our eyes can certainly visually track the entity and realize that that's the entity moving, but it's quite stuttery. You may be surprised to hear that a server tick rate of 20 is what many first-person shooters run at. Some go a little higher, but they're all, kind of in that ballpark. And yet, those games are known for very fast gameplay. 20 ticks per second is pretty good, actually, in the end, especially when you turn interpolation on to smooth it. So what does the interpolation actually do? Well, let's see it visually before I explain it mathematically. Let's see, the server's already set back to 20 tick. I'm going to say interpolation is allowed on X, Y, and let's do the rotation as well. So now when I move around, it doesn't really matter which of the two screens you look at because it's very smooth on either. This is what interpolation looks like. Mathematically, interpolation is it's linear interpolation is the actual function if you want to look it up. It's exact mathematics, but it's basically a transition from one number to another. So if we were to, interpolate from 5 to 10, we would take all the numbers between 5 to 10 gradually and make a smooth transition from one to the other. This math in Nengi is performed by the interpolator, which interpolates full snapshots, meaning it will take a full snapshot of data, all the entities that came from the server in one tick, and it holds on to that data, and then when we have a second tick worth of data, you can interpolate between these two. In fact, it does it automatically, and in this game, it's being done on each tick of the renderer. And let's see, where is that code exactly? So over here in Game Client, whenever we read the entities from the network, they are being interpolated. This produces a smooth movement, and it can occur at any frame rate we want, really. This game, on this particular screen, runs at 144 hertz, but 60 is more standard number. Whatever rate you call this function at, it will interpolate. What are the pros? Well, the pros are that smooth movement that we can see. What are the cons? There is a price for interpolation. The price is a teeny bit of latency. In the case of this particular thing, let me double check. Yes, in the case of this particular demo, the interpolation is set to occur 100 milliseconds after we receive data from the server. We do this because interpolation needs something to go from and something to go to. If we wait 100 milliseconds, we always are rendering 100 milliseconds into the past, then we have 2 snapshots of data from the server. I mean, presuming the server didn't just disconnect or lag, and we can do that interpolation. So the pros are the smoothness. The con is a teeny bit of lag on all the other entities you can see in the game. In the next video, I will talk about the predictor and how it has to go around the interpolator to accomplish its goals.